So in this video, we're going to be having a look at the free image editing application Krita. Now in this tutorial, we're going to be having a look at how we create a course tile, so how we add text, how we tint the image in the background, and just a basic overview of a few of the different tools within Krita. So we're going to end up with something like this from this original image. So a nice kind of little layered project just to begin to look at some of the tools that are available in this application. So I'm going to go to File and Save, and just close this existing project. Call it Video Editing Course Image. We'll save that. And then we'll come to the little X at the tab here and close that. So we'll go to File and New, and we're going to make an image that's 1920 by 1080, which is a full HD resolution. If you were making something for, say, a square Instagram image, then you would be using 1920 by 1920 or something higher resolution and square. Or if you wanted to make a portrait image, then we would be using 1080 by 1920. So different kind of standards of image. We can flip that up here as well. So we can change those proportions from landscape to portrait up the top right here. We'll be using measurements in pixels, and the resolution is 72 pixels per inch. And we'll leave the color modes, RGB and sRGB, all unchanged down here. So we'll hit create. And I'm just going to hit the minus button to zoom out a little bit. And then we'll go to the image that we're going to place. So we'll come up to the tab at the top here, and we're going to select all of this. So we'll go to select and select all. We can also use one of the selection tools on the toolbar on the left here. We just need to select this all. We'll go to edit and copy, and then we'll come to our new image and go to edit and paste. Now when we paste this on, it's going to paste it at the same 72 pixels per inch. So this image that we're pasting is quite a lot larger than our 1920 by 1080 image. So we're going to come to the transform tool. And again, we're going to zoom out a little bit so we can see most of that image in the background. You can see the outline there. When we resize it, we want to hold down Shift to keep it in proportion. And we'll just gradually get this lined up so it fills most of that design here. So once that's in the right spot, you can see on the right hand side we've got a layers panel, so our background layer, our other image, our paint layer, and then a background layer here as well, a white background layer. We're going to now add a filter layer onto this image. So we're going to come to filter across here and add a filter layer. And this will allow us to add any one of these kind of different color adjustment layers. So I'm going to add a hue, saturation, and lightness adjustment layer. And you can see these are the options that we've got. So we're going to choose the colorize option, which is essentially going to colorize this image. And we can slide this across until we find a color that we're happy with. We can reduce the brightness of this image, increase the saturation, and generally kind of play around with the color that we want to use in this image. So we will go for this nice pink red color. Reduce the saturation just a little bit, and we'll make it a tiny bit lighter and click OK. Now if we need to go back in and adjust those layers, it's kind of a live adjustment layer, so we can right click here and go to properties on the adjustment layer, and it will give us those same adjustment options again, so we can always come back in and modify it. It's a non-destructive way of working within Krita. So we'll click OK. We're going to hit plus here to zoom in a little bit, and now we'll come to the type tool or the text tool. We'll drag out a text frame here, and we're going to type in the name of our course in capitals, so video editing. And then we're going to select all of that. We will make this text white. We will increase the size of it. And then we're also going to change the font. So we'll scroll down until we find something that we'd like the look of. Let's use this American Captain font, and we'll close this window. And you can see now we've got our text up at the top left there. We're going to use the resize tool, the transform tool, to scale this. I'm going to hold down Shift. You can see otherwise I'm going to squish my text by accident. So holding down Shift, it keeps it in proportion. And we've got our nice kind of bit of text there. Now one last thing, just to make sure this is popping out around those brighter edges of the image, we're going to right click here and add a layer style. We'll add a drop shadow layer. And you'll see that's just going to help that text pop out from the background a little bit there. We'll increase the spread, increase the size, and click OK. So you can see now I've got a nice course image for our video editing course. We're going to save this out as a JPEG, and then that will be ready to upload to any platform that you want. So whether you're uploading it as a course image to Moodle or to D2L, or whether you're uploading it to something like Facebook, the JPEG will be an image that will work perfectly with that. So we'll go to File, and actually we'll save this first. So we'll call this video editing new. You can see KRA is the file extension for Krita, and then we'll go to File, Export, and we're going to save this as a JPEG into that same folder. video editing new. We'll keep the quality nice and high at 80%. Click OK. And then if we come to our Finder, you can see we've got our files here. I made a few earlier, and this is the latest one that we just made. Our JPEG here, our video editing new JPEG. If I tap the spacebar here on the Mac, then it will show me a preview of that. So Krita is a really nice, powerful and free image editing application that you can use. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you been using it before? If you have any questions, then please do leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.